I'm with Mr. K. Bangarurajan. Mr. Bangarurajan, it's difficult to understand that in spite of the expected growth of the Indian pharmaceutical sector, which is much higher than that of the global pharmaceutical sector, large Indian pharma companies are till today facing regulatory hurdles, which are very difficult for them to cross.
In pharma industry, only very recently the IT sector or we can IT peoples are introduced, and then there is a gap between the professionals who are actually doing the pharmaceutical production and quality control and the IT people, those who are processing the data. So there is no very good connection between these two. So that is creating some initial hiccups. And then second one is the definitions of the US FDA regarding the adulterated. In our Indian system, adulterated means a deliberate addition of any innocuous materials or even addition of non-approved colors is taken as a adulterated. But whereas in US FDA, even the data or if it is not a proper reliable data, they are calling those products as an adulterated product. So these all are the things which creates the problem for our Indian companies, those who are exporting to other regulated market.
India has always been known for being the largest producer of generics. Why haven't we seen the same performance across bulk drugs, equipment manufacturing and other areas?
Regarding the bulk drugs, we are also taking, that is as a bulk drug we are exporting to regulated countries like EU as well as to US. But we can say that the price factor, we are also importing a lot of bulk drugs from our neighboring country. So it is because of the price factor. So that is one of the main reason. And then second one is the government incentives to the bulk drug manufacturers by the government. So these all are some of the points which were discussed by the drug manufacturers, so that if those price factors as well as that environment clearances or single window system will improve the production of bulk drugs within India, so that it will cater not only to Indian manufacturers, it will also improve the exports of the bulk drugs into the market. And second one about the medical devices, why our medical devices market. So as of now I can say that whenever we are importing a product from any other countries, what we see is that whether that particular product has been approved by a regulatory authority or not, or whether that particular product is having the quality and standards set by the regulatory authority. So, but here same way the other countries, the importing countries will also started seeing that one. As of now only the 18 medical devices are under the control as under the Drugs and Cosmetics Act. Now recently in 2017 January, medical devices rules have come out, which is going to be effective with effect from 2018 January. So once these rules are come into place, automatically the medical devices are going to be, all medical devices are going to be under the control of Drugs and Cosmetics Act. So automatically the importer will have a faith that a product, a medical device manufactured in India is having a regulatory authorities control. So automatically the exports will go.
So this is definitely a temporary scenario. You do see that the Indian pharmaceutical companies will be going ahead much more than just being leader in generics.
Yes, sure.
I'm going to go a little off track now. Yoga and Ayurveda have always been India's gift to the world. While yoga we have seen has become a global phenomenon, do you think Ayurveda has the potential to give India its required spotlight in the world?
Global economy, that is already that Western countries started first with the yoga. Now they are more, say we can say rely on the medicines, that is Indian system of medicines. So most of the things the Indian Ayurvedic products are being exported to certain extent to other countries. In Switzerland, that is Swiss people, they are the one of the most drug manufacturing or innovations are taking place, they are permitting the Ayurvedic products into their country as a drug, and it gives a very great thing for the Indian Ayurvedic drug manufacturer. And the next one is that at present we are also exporting the Ayurvedic formulations to other countries, but it is being exported as a food supplements, because Ayurveda is nothing but Ayurveda treats that food is a drug, drug is a food. So in that way, that as a food supplement it is being exported to the other countries. So we have a great potential in Ayurvedic drugs for certain diseases which it is not curable by the allopathic system of medicines.
And coming to my last question, in keeping with today's current scenario, in keeping with the regulatory hurdles, the technology upgrades, what do you think are the future prospects for the Indian pharmaceutical sector?
Future of the Indian pharmaceutical sector is there is a continuous growth is there. That is one thing. That is we are growing in double digit, except in 13-14 double digit growth was not there. Even the last year our growth was export growth is double digit. So our aim is by 2020 we are going to be a $50 billion market. So it will sure and certain it will happen. So that is there, and our Indian companies are investing a large in India, and there is a change in the mindset of the government as well as in the mindset of the regulators. It is now it is going to be the scientific way of drug approvals. So far the rules are being continuously looked upon, and then wherever necessary different or we can say that safety point, without sacrificing the safety point, we are giving the entrepreneurs a good rule, so that they can come and invest into India, or they can come for the startup, and then it will improve our Indian industry.
Well, thank you so much for being with us today and sharing your insights with us. Thank you.